Yeah, go.
Amazon is checking out of China's fiercely competitive domestic e-commerce market. Amazon first entered the Chinese market when they purchased Joyo.com in 2004. At the time, they were the largest online vendor for books, music, and videos. Today, Amazon China chiefly caters to customers looking for imported international goods such as cosmetics and milk powder, and is a minuscule player in the booming Chinese e-commerce market. The company told sellers on April 18th that it would no longer operate in its third-party online marketplace or provide sellers services on its Chinese website Amazon.cn. As I stated previously, Amazon entered the Chinese market in the early 2000s, and it seems after the long struggle, China's faster moving internet titans have proven victorious. According to sources, however, Amazon has been in talks to merge its e-commerce business for goods imported into China with a Chinese competitor, Nui's Koala. This would be done in a stock-for-stock transaction. This would essentially remove the Amazon name from the consumer-facing e-commerce in China. Currently, Koala commands nearly 24.5% of the e-commerce market share for goods imported into China. Koala's largest competitors include Alibaba's Tmall, which is at 35% market share, JD Worldwide at 11.5%, VIP Shop International 9.7%, and finally Amazon at a mere 6%. Amazon has already stated that Amazon China president will leave to take another role at the company. While NetEase's chief financial officer, Zhao Zhuangyang, said in a call with analysts in February that the company is open-minded to embrace stakeholders, strategic partners, and business partners that can bring synergy and win-win to our e-commerce segment. This potential partnership would help Amazon in its quest of expansion into the Chinese market, as well as Koala's quest to expand and claim a majority of market share in the Chinese e-commerce industry. All the large e-commerce companies from the United States have failed in their expansion into the Chinese market. Chris Raderman, an advisor for Alibaba, states, "It has become clear that as a Western internet company, you wouldn't be able to succeed at a scale without a Chinese partner." Now, the first topic I would like to introduce is related to mergers and acquisitions. So, mergers are two firms that agree to integrate their operation on a relatively co-equal basis. Acquisitions is when one firm buys a controlling interest in another firm with the intent to make the acquired firm a subsidiary business within its portfolio. Our material explains that there are many reasons for mergers and acquisitions. All of the reasons listed within our material are relatively consistent with Amazon and Koala's reasons to come together. Particularly, the increase in market power, overcoming entry barriers in Amazon's case, and learning and developing new capabilities. There are a few problems that would hinder this success per the material, all which don't seem as troublesome as they do in most situations, as this is a horizontal integration. Integration difficulties is usually a big issue. However, I see this deal as Koala would keep their name and run as they have been with extra support from the Goliath that is Amazon. Primarily, I believe this to be true because it is clear that the Chinese consumer generally buy from domestic firms as opposed to international firms like Amazon. This topic definitely contributes to the knowledge and backs up most of what the material has taught us. The negatives are not as strong as they're stated in the material, but they're in a minimalist way nonetheless. The second topic I would like to address is the industry environment analysis, particularly the threat of new entrants. Now, the second topic has to do with the threat of new entrants and the barriers to entry within the industry environment. Threat of new entrants within Porter's five forces is important because they can threaten the market share of existing competitors. The barriers to entry in this market are extremely high. A behemoth like Amazon barely made it through. eBay also made a run at the Chinese market in the early 2000s as well, and they failed again as well. Economies of scale, product differentiation, and capital requirements are all covered in Amazon's case when you talk about threat of new entrants. However, even with all of that covered with Amazon, they're still having difficulty getting into the market. So this issue stems from more of a cultural barrier that Amazon could not break into, whereas most of the issues discussed in the book relate to a capitalized issue as well. That's it.